Who am I? You sure you want to know? Well, the story of my life is not the matter of this video. If anyone told you I was a Spider-Man fanboy, you'd be right. If anyone told you that Andrew Garfield was a werewolf, you'd be wrong. But let me assure you, this video is all about a girl. This girl. The girl not from next door, but from Australia. Her name is Angourie Rice. She's the most prettiest, the most beautiful, talented girl I've ever seen. She's my favorite actress of all time. And not a lot of people know her. And you might be wondering, who is this pretty girl? Well, you come to the right place. In this video, I'm going to explain who Angourie Rice is. And yeah, let's get started. Angourie Rice was born on New Year's Day, January 1st in the year 2001. And she has a sister named Kato. I don't know how to say it right. Her parents are filmmakers themselves, they sort of do some acting stuff. Anyways, Angourie, ever since she started becoming an actress ever since she was young, and in one of her movies, The Nice Guys, which was made in 2016, she was very young, about 15 years old, if I'm doing the math correctly, and she did a great job in that movie. I mean, she was very young at the time, and she was outstanding. Easily the best part for me, the big standout for me. And she was in another movie called Everyday, which is based off a book about a girl named Rhiannon who falls in love with a spirit who goes into a different person's body every day. And I read the books. I prefer the film adaptation a lot more because, well, it's Angourie. She's so pretty. And she was in a couple of other movies like Ladies in Black. One movie I have to watch that she's in is called The Beguiled. It also has Colin Farrell, who's going to be in the new Batman movie that I'm going to see this weekend with my dad on his birthday. And also, it also has Nicole Kidman and Kirsten Dunst in it as well. So maybe I'll watch that soon. And yeah, Angourie has been a really great actress over the years. And now we're going to discuss the best films out of her filmography. The Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, Angourie plays this girl named Betty Brant, who is one of Peter Parker's classmates in high school. And her iteration of her character is way different than the comic books and the one from the Sam Raimi universe. In Tom Holland's universe, she's Peter Parker's friend, and in Homecoming, she had a few cameos that were brief. She does high school announcements on high school TV. In Far From Home, she went with Peter on his summer vacation, and he dated his best friend Ned Leeds. They broke up because Sony always wants to ruin everything and be a bunch of idiots. Sorry, I'm just gonna try to keep it cool here. And also, in No Way Home, she was in the movie for a few seconds, and that was it. We never see or hear from her again. And I am gonna go on a rant in a second. But for Spider-Man No Way Home, she did TikTok videos for the Daily Bugle account on TikTok. And this is actually an actual account on TikTok. I recommend you follow that. And it is canon to Tom Holland's movies, his Spider-Man movies, which I really do love the TikToks a lot, especially with J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson making cameos, which is nice. But yeah, back to what I was saying, Angourie Rice was barely in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And it's not her fault. It's Sony's fault. Because they lie and manipulate everyone. Because they just want your money. They'll do anything to get your money. And they did it to me. what they did to me as a fan of Spider-Man and Angourie Rice, that was the last straw. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. It's absolute nonsense what they did. And I hate Sony for that. Apologies, folks, but I'm just getting a bit mad at these idiots. Anyways, but Angourie Rice has grown up to be a great actress over the years. She was also in a HBO Max show called Mayor of Easttown. She was the daughter of Kate Winslet's character, and in that show she was a singer, and she lived with her grandma and her little brother in the show, and she did a great job in the show as well. Her haircut was different. Her haircut was short, kind of laid back, kind of like my hair, sort of. But yeah, I still think she did a great job. She is so beautiful. And yeah, Angourie, if you don't know what Angourie Rice looks like, she has blonde hair, blue eyes, I think, and she's Australian. So if she has an Australian accent, she can do an English American accent. Like she can do she can speak in a normal accent, like English American. She can speak in a normal accent, like how Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield, they have British accents, but they can speak in the normal English American accents. So she can pull that off as well, which is cool. But yeah, Angourie Rice, it seems like we may never see her in the Marvel Cinematic Universe again. Unless Sony decides to be nice and apologize and also stop being a bunch of greedy buttholes and give me what I want. But they've done so much damage in the past, I don't trust them. But yeah, overall, Angourie Rice is an amazing actress. She is very beautiful, pretty, talented, and it's just straight up amazing. And I'm honestly just very happy. I'm just very proud of her for who she has become. And I'm really hoping that she will have a great future as an actress. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. And yeah, I'm going to go now. And yeah, see you.